Hi, this is Ann Premazon. Let's talk about hosting basics. This is where I want to tell you everything I know about hosting as quickly as possible to get you ready to build a quick website. So what is a host? A host is where your domain actually lives. When you register a domain, it doesn't automatically make your website appear. You have to upload your website and you upload it to a host. Your hosting company is going to assign you a numeric address called an IP address to your domain. This IP address is a unique string of numbers separated by periods that identifies each computer using the Internet Protocol to communicate over a network. Hosting makes it possible for visitors to visit and access your website using a familiar domain name instead of having to remember a series of numbers. In a previous video, I had talked about 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is in Washington, D.C., but we know that as the White House. So it's a very similar scenario. Name servers, what they are is something that your hosting company is going to assign you. So your hosting company is going to assign you a name server, and it's basically an equivalent to a phone book. A name server maintains a directory of all domain names that match certain IP addresses, hence computers. The directory of domain names that match certain IP address computers have information from all over the internet. It's gathered in one central registry. And a name server is a computer that's permanently connected to the internet, and it translates, like I said before, an IP address to your website, to your domain name. So here's a quick example, www.yourdomainname.com instead of ns4.89.876.47. Now I made up those numbers, they're not real, etc. You need two name servers, and you're going to get both of those from your hosting company, and you're going to edit the settings of your domain name with the name server. So meaning we're going to take the name servers back to your registrar, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. We'll walk through it together. But the last thing I really want to go over is how to choose a host, because when you're choosing a host you have many options and many places to go. I usually base it on price and features and benefits that I get. We're going to buy this host at Bluehost. So many times people will say, well, if you bought your domain name at GoDaddy, why don't you just use GoDaddy? I don't host at GoDaddy. There's a variety of reasons why, but the short version is I feel like I get better bang for my buck when I host someplace else. So the things that I look for are package details. How much disk space do I get? How big can a website be? Or if I have multiple websites, how much disk space do I have to have those websites? What's my bandwidth? Meaning how much traffic can come in before it costs me more money? How many domains are allowed? How many domains can I have on one hosting account? Is it a shared IP or a dedicated IP? Do they offer backups? Is there a contract? Can I be month to month, year to year? What is this hosting company's uptime? These are things that I like to look at. As far as domain FTP features, WordPress, most of the time, you don't have to FTP in on the back end, but I like the option to do it, so I want to be sure they'll give me access to do that. Do they park domains, have add-on domains, subdomains? This is something you'll learn about, but in short, an add-on domain, for me, if I have 10 domain names, 10 websites I want to put on one hosting account, will it allow me to do that? Can I add on a domain to this specific hosting account? And a subdomain would be, let's say you have yourdomain.com, it would be location.yourdomain.com. Supported hosting features, how many MySQL databases are allowed? So if you use WordPress, every WordPress requires an individual MySQL database, and various code that would be needed based on the type of server you're going for. Email accounts. I like unlimited email accounts. You can use email in several ways. Do they allow you to pop it into your email client? Can you log into the website and see it? Are you allowed to create aliases? And what features come along with email? I always like to get a host that allows me to have a GUI interface to the back end, meaning I don't have to go in and code it. Most of the time that's called a Plex or cPanel. And then what do those control panel features offer? Do they have the availability to do a blog, a wiki, what type of customer support? Bluehost, where we're going to go, actually does that, and I'll show you many of those things very soon. One precaution that I always like to tell everybody, Have everything in your name. If you're an agency or you're a company, you always want everything in your name. Now, if you're an agency doing things for other people, I always, as an agency, put it in my client's name, and I want to share with you why. Many times I've had clients come to our agency because somebody hijacked their website and their email. There was a dispute for whatever reason with their other web company, and the web company had put everything in their name for their client. So when the dispute happened, it appeared that everything was in the other company's name. It's a very important thing. So if you're watching this and somebody's done this for you, be sure that you have everything in your name. Okay, with that said, let's go get a hosting account and change our name servers. Hi, this is Ann Premazon. Let's go get ourselves a host. I'm going to go right here to bluehost.com just because they have inexpensive hosting. See right here where it says $3.95 a month? When you go to get yours, I don't know if that will still be there. But the truth of the matter is this is if you do it for a longer period of time. I just want you to know that. I'm going to click Get Started. And when I look at all of the different options that happen, for this particular test, I'm just going to get the least expensive option because it has every single thing I need. Many times I will get a site like this where I'll pay $6.95 because I know I'm going to have maybe 10 sites and I can have unlimited subdomains and email accounts. But for this particular one, I'm just going to select this $3.95 per month. I have a domain name. I want to sign up with my existing, so I'm going to put sealbeachseo.com. I'm going to type next. And as you can see, it's going to ask me for all of my information. So I'm just going to put this in really quick, and you can just, I'll take care of that in a minute. I'll gray that out. But I'll get down here to the starter package, and I'm just going to do a year. I do not want any of the added things that they want to give me. Let me put in my credit card information, and although you're hearing me do this, just know that that's why you're seeing it grayed out. I'm saying that I agree to all of the terms. I'm hitting next. Select the upgrades that best suit your needs. So you can see they just want to upsell you, SEO link building, all of these things. I don't do any of this, attach these other domains. I don't do any of that. I hit complete. And right here, a purchase was successful. An email's being sent to me. Before you can log in, you need to create a password. So right here, I'll just go create that password. Okay, well, I tried to log in and it failed, so I cut the video a little bit and we're coming back in to log in, and you'll get to see for the first time exactly what I see. Again, it's going to offer me optimized hosting for WordPress, which we're going to actually build a WordPress site, but for now, for this test, I'm not interested in any of that. What it's going to do is it's immediately going to take us to what they call their interface. Many times you'll hear us talk about in the industry things like cPanel or a Plex panel. This is what a cPanel looks like. It's basically has the same information, but these icons are pretty nifty. And as you can see this is just what happens on the back end. So as I'm going down, you can see this is the Seal Beach SEO. It's asking me if I want to upgrade. It tells me when it's expire. It gives me the services. And before I push a site up, one of the first things I need to do is I need to go in and I need to change the name servers. So right now I'm going to end this video with closing out on purchasing and logging into the host, and we'll come right back in and change the name servers in just a second.